hard is it to stay in that voice for as long as you have to?
I can do it for as long as they'll keep paying me.
As long as the camera's rolling, huh?
Yeah, as long as the camera's rolling, the paycheck clears. I will do it.
That's such a great skill. Like,
who'd you say though?
it sounds a little like Vince Scully. I mean,
yeah.
what was the?
Scully's a little higher, a little bit here. I think the closest modern equivalent, I would say, is probably John Miller.
Yeah.
Is the deep, but John Miller is not a hack. John Miller is an amazing broadcaster. But it's more the Costas. I sent them to Bob Costas. He identified it correctly. It's the generic baseball announcer voice, especially from the 1970s where I grew up. And I know you're from my area. You're from New York.
Yeah.
Jimmy. And may I say to you that you are 20 years you've been on this network, and you look the same. I don't understand. Is there a Dorian Gray thing happening? Is there a portrait of you from your bar mitzvah in your attic just slowly aging? You're like the Dick Clark of the 21st century, America's oldest teenage sportscaster. God bless you.
Obviously, there are millions and millions and millions of fans of The Simpsons who may not have ever seen or were not aware that you were the person connected with those voices. Let's hear a little bit of that.
Well, you got your motor bartender, of course, Mike and Mike, who, I feel very close to. I used to bartend myself personally. I feel if I didn't get the Simpsons job, instead of motor bartender, I'd be Hank the bartender. There's Police Chief Wiggum, of course, America's favorite cop. And Apu Nasapi Mapatalan, which that is spelled exactly the way it sounds. Nasapi Mapatalan. And then many other weird, like Cletus the slack-jawed yokel. You know Cletus?
Oh,
Yeah, I do him. And Professor Frank, of course, my personal favorite. You fellas are probably old enough to remember that Jerry Lewis.
Oh, my gosh,
the
that's
original.
exactly, yeah.
Yes, of course. Thank you very much for the love, Golick. Golick sounds like something that Professor Frink might scream, like, "Oh, Golick, that hurt my flavy."